Hi guys, it's Emily from Nobel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my February book haul and I've been good again. Well, in my attitude, it is the shortest month of the year, so I had to be good. And for seconds, we already know that March could well be like doubling. In fact, there is a very good chance that March's book haul number will be double what this one is. And this one is only 18 books. I only bought 14 and I was gifted, bought 14? Hang on a minute, I think it was 19 books actually. Hang on a minute, I think I've added up wrong. I was gifted 5, so I think it was 13 books, I don't know. 5, I was gifted 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it's 18, so I only bought 13 books. There you go, it's not quite as bad. Why do I still think that number is wrong? I'm almost tempted to double check, but no, I'm going to be confident. These are the only books I've bought this month. That's good. 18 books coming up. See, there you go, typical rambling Emily style. So out of the 5 that I was gifted, there are 3 that are RPL products, so I have to be honest. And they're books I'm doing for review. I'll talk about those in a minute. I'll show you the 2 books that was gifted to me. Gifted first. First one is my Perfect Mistake by Marion Keyes, which is her most recent book in paperback. I've got all of her books bar 1 in paperback, so I wanted to keep all of the editions. I've only read one of the series, the Water Girl series, yet this year, so I'm spreading it out over the course of the year. I think I might end up binging them at the end of the year though, because I have been doing it every other month, but I think the numbers of books, I think I might have to binge it at the end. And I don't want to read too much of the back because it's about Anna Walsh, who is living in New York, but she doesn't like New York, and it's 20 years she's been living there. And she returns to Ireland for a fresh start, she tells her family. They say, "Are you having a midlife crisis?" Because back home, Anna can't escape her past. Her best friend she walked out on, her old frame she tried to put out. Everywhere she turns, her mistakes are waiting. But they might just save her. I cannot flipping wait for this, but this will be the last book in the series. So yes, I got it straight away, but it will be kept for a while to be read, and I don't mind. Then the Amazon Anonymous Struck Again, and this is a book that I'm hoping is going to go on the Women's Prize long list, and this is Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. This book has had rave reviews. I know Leanne from Leanne's channel, I'll link it down below, loved this book, but I know Charlie originally rated it 3.5 stars, but she said now she should have rated it higher, but she rated it low because the way mood she was in at the time. But it does have grief, it has sisters in it. A sister is not only a friend, you're part of each other right from the start. The Blue Sisters have always been exceptional and always exceptionally different. Avery's a straight-faced lawyer living in London, though keeping her secrets that could undo her perfect life forever. Bonnie was a boxer turned bouncer in LA, but one reckless act has driven her out of the city. And Lucky's hard partying ways are finally catching up with her in Paris. Then there was Nikki, the beloved 4th sister, whose unexplained death a year ago left the others reeling, while the 3 remaining sisters reunite in New York to attempt to stop the sale of their childhood home. They find that only by returning to each other can they navigate the grief, addiction and heartbreak and learn to fall in love again. This looks amazing. Whoever it is that's sending me these anonymous books, thank you. You smashed it out of the heart, this one. I cannot wait to read it. Not that I'm grateful for all of my books, but yes. Really hope that's on the Women's Prize. If that's on the Women's Prize long list, it'll get read in April. No question. Then the next 2 are ones that I'm reading for Love Book Tours. I've got Beyond the Sea that I'll be reading first, and this will be read within the first... this actually does need to be read within the next few days, because my review for that's going out on the 2nd of March, so actually I do need to start that. I'm actually going to put this one aside because I need to get a bookmark on. I like to separate it out and work out how I'm going to read it. It's a fiction book. I honestly do not know. Apparently, I've been told it's not a romance, but see the world searching for a missing father and find your greatest love. After a recent tragedy that sends Annie into a spiral of guilt and uncertainty, her Spanish grandfather offers her the opportunity to board the lavish sailing vessel for an extraordinary journey. This looks good. So this is the next one I'm going to be reading actually. So I'm going to put that there. So that'll be the next one I'm going to be reading. So that you'll hear about You'll see it on my Instagram when I've read it, because I'll do my Instagram reviews that I always do. And then you'll see it, and then you'll hear about it in week 1 of March week 1's wrap up. And then this one I'm reading the following month, no, later in the month. I think I've got a review out on the 15th, I think. And this is the second in the series. I have been offered to read the other ones, but I kind of wanted to see whether I like these two, because even though they're ad books, I'm never sure, you know. Also, I think I'm kind of taking a bit of a break from ad books for book tour books. I'm only going to be applying for the ones I'm desperate for now, because I want to be gentle on myself and I want to read my books off my shelf. And this is the next one in the series, though, like I said, but this is longer. This is 353 pages, so that's not actually that long. And this is Annie's Destiny Awaits, Smooth Sailing or Turbulent Seas. So it's actually that. So yeah, this is basically the sequel to that, so I don't want to know too much. So it's actually, and it's basically following on from book 1. I'm really not going to read any more than that, but yeah, I want to read book 1 first and then read that one. But yeah, that one I'm going to be reading soon, so that does need to be read soon. Oh, I'm going to put those under there so I can remember to get them and put them somewhere safe. Then my review is out for this book already, but we're still not allowed to reveal the author. It's Hope Street. My review on it is on Instagram already. 4.5 stars, and I loved it already. I got it from Tandem, a PR product. Absolutely bloody loved it. Like I said, my review's already out, and I rated it 4.5 stars, and it was brilliant. I don't need to go into any more detail. Tandem smashed it out of the park, and I love this book. But yes, it's going to be good. Because it's a proof copy, I'm keeping it. Unless my friends want, yeah, I'm keeping this one. And I'm going to let Mum read it actually, because Mum would love that one actually. It's going on Mum's pile actually once I've done. I've got to do my weekly wrap up first. I'm thinking ahead of myself. So those are the books I've been gifted. I got one ABE books book. I may not get an ABE books book next month because obviously it's birthday month and I've got to be good. But I bought a book for the Tandem for the Spoonies Readathon, which I will be hosting in May with Kat. We're not going to do a group book this year. I think it's just going to be gentle on ourselves. We still haven't worked out the prompts because I've got to get the Bronte Readathon sorted, and then we need to hurry up and get Planet. But this book, Sing If You Can't Dance, was by Alexa Cassell. The lovely Olivia read this last year and absolutely flipping raved about it. It's got great disability rep. It is going to be read for the Spoonies. And it's about Ben, who has her future all planned out. Her dance group is getting places, and so is she. And then she collapses on stage. In hospital, Ben discovers that she has a medical condition, one that threatens to ruin everything. No more dancing. Walking is challenging enough. And but she doesn't want your pity. Ben is determined to have a big, exciting life. Sure, her future might be different, but it's not over, because if you can't dance, you can always sing. Cannot bloody wait for this one. I am so excited about it. That's actually, I've got to work at one. Just remember, I've got to work at where I'm putting them all. Go there. I've actually bought a lot more historical fiction books this month, and I'm really happy. So actually, yeah, that's what I should have done. I should be doing. Put the contemporaries together. Yeah, put the contemporaries together. Count up how many of each genre I've got. The next one is, I've got 2 standalone books that I bought from the works, which I probably should have done 3 for 2, but I didn't see them at the same time. So I was trying to be good. I try not to do the 3 for 2, but I still ended up getting 2, so I probably should have got them all at the same time. Okay, that's not exactly the Brainiacs. I don't know if I'll do I normally try and do the works 3 for 2 once a month, but again, with March being the way it's going, I doubt I will, because I've got 3 big shopping trips planned in March. First with Charlie in Wokingham, second with Chris in Maidenhead and Marlow, which are 2 towns near us, and then third I'm going to London with Kat. So yeah, all within about a week and a half of each other. Actually, pretty much within a week and like 1 day of each other. I've got 3 big trips. So yeah, I won't be doing this, but anyway, this book, I heard about it from the lovely Charlotte from Queenie Reads, and she's reading it for her storyathon this month that's going on in March, which is this month. And it is actually based on a real person. It's set in the Third Crusade, and it's underway in 1191. And King Richard the Lionheart is on a crusade to pitch hard against Saladin and liberate the city of Jerusalem and her lands. His mother, the formidable Eleanor of Aquitaine, which I've read a little bit about Eleanor of Aquitaine, and his promised bride, Princess Berengia of Navarre, is making a perilous journey over the Alps in midwinter. They are to rendezvous with Richard in the Sicilian port of Messina. There are hazards along the way, and vicious assassins, marauding pirates, violent storms, and a shipwreck. Beringia is as feisty as her foes and is surviving as it all. She and Richard marry in Cyprus and continue to the Holy Land. England needs her heir, but first, Richard and his queen must return home. Ooh, looks really good. I can't wait to hear what Charlotte thinks of it. So that's my first of my historical fiction. Then I've got a fantasy which I got from the works, and let's be honest, I needed it. It is a witchy book. The hot hex boyfriend. Got the word hex. Got a cat on the cover. It's got the words witches and it's on the bride. Magic. Absolutely bloody loved the look of it. This, I went into works and I could have got more books and I was like, no, I want this. This was just what I wanted. Delia Merriweather doesn't believe in magic, not even a little. As a child, she believed with all her heart that she was a witch, because all Merriweather women are witches. There's just one problem, none of them has magic. And it's basically, but as an adult, Delia no longer believes that magic even exists, but when somehow she accidentally breaks the hex and restores her family powers, she's forced to accept a new reality. She's a witch, and maybe that's why a crushingly handsome guy next door has been looking at her like he's expecting her to fly off on a broomstick cackling at night. This just looks well fun. I can't wait for that. That's not going to stay on for long. Then to a book that I've been waiting for it to come out in paperback is Finding Bear by Hannah Gold. I loved The Last Bear. I've heard by Olivia that it's not quite as good as The Last Bear. I did like The Lost Whale. When Turtle Moon comes out in paperback, I'll be getting that, because I love this author's books and in paperback. And they have pretty pictures on them. Look at it. I love it. But like I said, Olivia said she didn't like it as much as she liked The Lost Bear. I think this is fiction. I'm not going to say this is contemporary or fantasy. But April Wood has returned to home from her adventure on Bear Island. But over a year later, she can't stop thinking about Bear. When April hears that a polar bear has been shot and injured in Svalbard, she's convinced it's her friend and persuades her dad to travel with her to the northernmost reaches of Arctic so she begins an unforgettable journey across the frozen tundra and icy glaciers. Along the way, April must face her deepest fears if she is to find Bear and save his cub. Does look really cute though. Then to another contemporary that just looks like, I don't know if it's because I'm hitting my now go slightly into the later bit of the mid-40s in my age, but this is The Silver Ladies of Penny Lane by Dee MacDonald. It's got older protagonists, and apparently it's perfect for fans of Kicking the Bucket List and The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry, both of which I really loved. Tess and Orla have been best friends throughout most of their adult lives, so when the life gives them lemons and their loved ones let them down, they pulled together their resources and bought a dressmaker shop in the corner of Penny Lane, and they've been doing just fine ever since. But one day, while studying her tired eyes and shapeless figure in the mirror, 62-year-old Tess realises she doesn't want her life to be just fine anymore. She wants it to be extraordinary. For as long as she can remember, she's put everyone else first, and now she wants to rediscover herself and experience the kind of whirlwind adventures that will have her power to make her smile when she's confined to the armchair of a retirement home. This looks really good fun. Into another historical fiction, Netherwood by Jane Anderson. And it's perfect for fans of Downton Abbey. And I did like Downton Abbey. I haven't been able to watch the more recent ones because it got emotional ones. So I've not been able to watch it called Midwife because they've got emotional. I'm having a right fun with that, aren't I? Right. Lord Netherfield is above the stairs. Lord Netherwood keeps his considerable fortune and upkeep of Netherwood Hall ticking over with tidy profits from his 3 coal mines. The welfare of his employees isn't a pressing concern, and more important, keeping his wife and daughter's happy and ensuring that heir to the family and wife, the charming but feckless Tobias stays out of trouble. And then you got below the stairs. Sorry, there's a sticker on this and it annoys me. Eve Williams is the wife of one of Lord Netherwood's employees. When her life is brought crashing down, Eve must look for her own self-sufficiency and talent to provide for her 3 young children. Upstairs and downside collide. That sounds really, really good. And this video is going to be longer because I'm talking a lot about the books. Forget, just because I've got more books, I've got less books, I thought I could talk about them more. The next one again was another charity shop. I think this is going in the fiction base. It's not going contemporary. But this is The Mothers by Brit Bennett. And I really did like The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett. And I've heard this is like the first one and I've been wanting to read it for ages. I don't know much about it. It begins with The Secret. In the last season of high school for Nadia Turner, the rebellious, grief-stricken 17-year-old beauty Mourning her mother's recent death, she takes up with the local pastor's 21-year-old son, Luke. They are serious, and they are young, and it's not serious, but a secret that results from this teen romance and subsequent follow-up will have an impact that goes far beyond youth. I don't know why. This does look really good, though. I don't know why, but this does look really good. It's literally less than 300 pages, so I don't think that's going to stay on for very long. Then we've got non-fiction. I found a Cathy Glass book in the charity shop next to Tesco's. I nagged Chris to take me to Tesco's just because I've got a charity shop next door to it. And this is The Girl in the Mirror. I've not read this one. Some secrets shouldn't be kept. When Mandy hears that her much-loved grandfather is very ill, she rushes to her aunt's house to be by his side. On returning to the place where she spent her many idyllic childhood summers, Mandy is shocked to discover she has no memories of those days. Fleeting moments come to her, a voice, a face, a feeling, but otherwise they never happen. Nothing can stay hidden forever. As memories drift back to her during the stay, Mandy slowly pieces together the horrific events that brought an abrupt end to those summers. I don't think this is like a foster care one. I think this is a bit different, so I don't honestly know. This looks different, so it's not like one of her foster care ones, so no idea what that's going to be like. It's non-fiction. Into another one I got from that same charity shop. I got The Nursemaid's Journey by Sheila Newbury. This was a bit of an impulse buy. Historical fiction. It's set in 1906, so I read some books from then, but not a huge amount. A high-spirited and unconventional girl who can turn her hand to anything. Molly Sparks is on the verge of a big adventure. At 18, she's leaving her convent school in the heart of rural Kent to accompany the formidable Mrs. Alexa Nagel on a tour of Australia, acting as her companion and nursemaid to Alexa's motherless granddaughter, Faye. After a long voyage at sea, they finally arrive in New South Wales. Living in rural Australia and far away from everything she knows, Molly is forced to do some rapid growing up. That's a bit good. It's a bit different. It's set in Australia, a bit different. Historical fiction. Actually, I thought we had more historical fiction, but it still works out the contemporaries and more. And then we've got another book by Nicola Gill, which I've liked her books before, and that's just perfect. Again, it's got a cat on the cover. But I did love another book by her, and I can't remember what it's called. But this one's got a lead character called Emily. So if you're doing the Bronte readathon, this will count for the Bronte readathon. 29-year-old teacher Emily needs her father to believe that her life is a success. He may have walked out on the family when she was a child and let her down when she needed him most, but her life is perfect despite him, or it was until last Friday when her fiancé dumped her, and now she's facing a frighteningly empty future, and she's unravelling at work. And just when she thought things couldn't get worse, her father turns up on her doorstep. Ed knows he's got it wrong and wants to make amends, even if his motives aren't entirely selfless. Well, this could be interesting. I don't know. This does intrigue me. I'm quite intrigued. I don't know if I've read a book by this author, but yeah, this one looked intriguing. Then the next three are historical fiction, so I think are kind of equal. Anyway, the next one is Stars in the Italian Sky by Jill Santopolo. I've heard of this author before, but I've not read any, and this just looked all perfect and purple, and I was like, I want it. It's set partly in Italy in 1946. The son of a count and the daughter of a tailor belong in the opposite worlds. When they set their eyes on each other, an undeniable spark reignites a passionate relationship, until shifts in their political power force them to commit what the other believes is a betrayal, and their bright future together is shattered. So, and then the other bit's set in New York 2017. Cassandra and Luca are in love. Although neither of them fit the other's family, they always felt that they were a perfect match. When Luca, an artist, convinces his grandfather and Cassie's grandmother to pose for a painting, past and present collide to reveal a secret that changes everything. That's good. And then this is a book that Thomas basically wanted me to get because he nearly bought it for me for my birthday. So when we found it in the charity shop near him, he was like, you've got to get it. He read it for school. He was really raving about it. And I've got to tell his teacher he made me buy this. It's Emma Carroll, so it's middle grade historical fiction, but it will go on my historical fiction shelves. And it's set in London 1922. A discovery from ancient Egypt, a cursed package, an untold story of a young pharaoh. Thomas loved this, and I loved the fact that my son, because of the school, they picked a great book and he loved it and he can't wait for me to read it. So apparently I'm not staying unread for long. He wanted me to read it literally straight away. When Lillian Cave finds a parcel on her grandfather's doorstep, she's shocked to see who sent it. A famous Egyptologist found dead in that very morning, according to every newspaper in England. but a mysterious package then holds the key to the story about a king whose tomb archaeologists are desperately hunting for. Lil and her friends must embark on an incredible journey to return the package to its resting place and to protect those they love and break the deadly Pharaoh's curse. He loved it, so I know I'm going to. And then another book I found, I nearly bought this full price, and this was Gem inspired, and this is Northwards by Daniel Mason. Gem absolutely bloody loved this, and she's made me want to buy it. I nearly bought it full price so many times, but I resisted. And it's set over 4 centuries. Dazzling weaves a cloud atlas style narrative and a tale of humanity under pressure and a nature under threat. Apparently, a single house that holds deep in the woods of New England is home for runaways and visionaries, inseparable twins, a lovelorn painter and desperate woman and ruthless conman. Each of them has a story to be told. Prepare to be changed. This does look really good. Jem raved about it. I know I'm going to love it. But yeah, I'm really excited by all these books. Right, so historical fiction. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 historical fiction. 1, 2, 4, 5 contemporaries. 2 fiction. 1 fantasy. 1 non-fiction. So in general, I've actually got slightly more historical fiction, slightly more historical fiction than other months. So that's quite good. If you got to the end of this video, in honour of this, leave me a tree emoji for the woods. Any tree emoji, leave me that if you got to the end of this video. What books of these do you think I should prioritise? Which ones are you excited about? I love chatting to you all in the comments. And let me know if you've bought any nice books this month. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, bring on my ding-a-ling. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.